Hello everyone, and welcome to another very beautiful chess game of Bobby Fischer. And this game is especially a very important chess game by Bobby Fischer, because this is the first chess game of Fischer in his famous book, My 60 Memorable Chess Games. And in that book, Bobby Fischer is demonstrating this game as his first game. So this game was played in 1957 in New Jersey in a tournament named New Jersey Open Chess Tournament. And Bobby Fischer's opponent is James Sherwin, who is playing with the black pieces. Bobby Fischer has the white pieces, and Fischer starts the game with playing e4, c5. We have the Sicilian defense. Knight to f3, e6, d3, knight to c6, g3, knight to f6, bishop to g2, bishop to e7, and both players castled. Knight from b to d2, rook to b8, rook to e1, d6, c3, b6, d4, queen to c7, e5, knight to d5, e takes on d6, bishop takes on d6, knight to e4, c4, and Fischer captures the bishop with the knight. James Sherwin captures the knight. And we have knight to g5 by Fischer, knight from c to e7, and then queen to c2. And Bobby Fischer is threatening checkmate, queen to h7. So defending with the knight. But h4 by Fischer, threatening to play h5, kicking the knight to somewhere else, and then checkmating the king. So this is the very simple plan of Bobby Fischer. But we have knight to f6, preparing to face the pawn on h5. Fischer played an incredible move. Well, Bobby Fischer sacrificed his knight. Knight takes on h7. We have knight takes knight. If king takes knight, then bishop to f4, attacking the queen and the rook at the same time. And black can't defend with the knight, because knight is pinned because of the queen. So of course, Sherwin captured with the knight, not with the king. Knight takes on h7, but h5 by Fischer, attacking the knight, and also preparing to play bishop to f4, attacking the queen and the rook. So we have knight to h4, and Sherwin is trying a little trick in this position. If knight to e7, then bishop to f4, queen to d7, bishop takes on b8, bishop to b7, bishop to d6. And this is losing for black. So we have knight to h4 by Sherwin. And Fischer played bishop to f4, attacking the queen, queen to d8. And Fischer didn't capture the rook with the bishop. If bishop takes rook, black is getting back the material. So we have g takes on h4 by Fischer. And Sherwin's little trick is not working on Bobby Fischer. So what was the trick in this position? If bishop takes rook immediately, then knight takes on g2 after king takes on g2, bishop to b7. Let's check. And also attacking the bishop with the queen. So king to f1, queen takes on b8, and getting back the material. So g takes on h4 by Fischer, rook to b7, h6, queen takes on h4, h takes on g7, and Sherwin captures the pawn, king takes on g7. Well, of course, if queen takes on f4, we have queen takes on h7 after king takes on h7, g takes on f8 with promoting a queen. So king takes on g7 and rook to e4 by Fischer. And can you see the threat? Well, Fischer is threatening to play bishop to e5. That's check. And after check, also attacking the queen with the rook. So queen to h5, moving the queen to a safe spot. Rook to e3, f5, rook to h3, queen to e8, bishop to e5 by Fischer, knight to f6, queen to d2, king to f7, and Fischer played a very important move, and he played queen to g5, attacking the knight, queen to e7, defending the knight with the queen, and after this move, Fischer saw the forced win. And can you see the forced win in this position? Well, Bobby Fischer played bishop takes on f6, queen takes on f6, and not capturing the queen, but rook to h7 by Fischer. So what else? We have king to e8, and then Fischer captures the queen. And Sherwin didn't even capture the queen, and he desperately played rook takes on h7. And if rook takes queen, we have bishop takes on b7, bishop takes, bishop rook takes on b7. White has two rooks against one rook, and white is crushing, white is winning. So rook takes on h7, Fischer played a move, and after that move, James Sherwin resigned. Well, Bobby Fischer played bishop to c6, check, and Sherwin resigned. Well, in this position, the most logical continuation for black is bishop to d7, then queen takes on e6, king to d8, queen to d6, and everything is falling apart for black, and sooner or later, white will also activate his rook and win the game, so white has the queen against the rook. This is completely losing for black. What a game by Bobby Fischer. So this was the first chess game of Bobby Fischer in Bobby Fischer's book, My 60 Memorable Games. That's why this game is especially a very important chess game, significantly an important chess game. And once again, what a game. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this video, and I hope to see you next time. Take care.